Okay, you guys, I have unfortunately no silly little cold open for you guys today. Instead, I have a really special announcement, and I'm so excited about this. This has been in the making for months and months and months now, since freaking January, and I have been dying to tell people about it. But hey, it was just announced on Wednesday. I am doing a collaboration with one of the most influential artists in my artistry. Yeah, I'm doing a song with Kellin Quinn, and I'm so excited to announce that. It's called Bleed For Me. It's so amazing. It's such a great song. Honestly, one of the most favorite pieces of art I've ever created, and Kellin was just such an honor to work with. He's such a sweet guy. He's insanely talented, and this project wouldn't have been completed without him. So I'm just really excited to announce this to the world. This is going to be out on May 14th, which is next Thursday. So please pre-save. We got that pre-save link in the bio. We got that pre-save link in my Instagram. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram too to know when exactly it's going to come out. And I have some really cool teasers coming out too, and a music video as well. So if you guys want updates on that, please follow at Venomous Violet, and maybe follow my Spotify Madison Violet, so you know exactly when the song releases. So go pre-save that now, and yes, stream Bleed For Me. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into episode 7 of the Spiderweb. We have a super cool interview feature this week, folks, so you're not gonna want to miss that. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Spiderweb. My name is Madison, I'm your host, and this week we have a really cool interview feature, we got some really cool music features, and I'm really excited to get into it. But first, we have what's on Madison's earbuds, so let's get into that. Hello and welcome to What's on Madison's Earbuds this week. If you guys haven't already been here, welcome. What's on Madison's Earbuds is a weekly feature here on the Spiderweb, and it happens before we do anything else. It's basically a recap of the things I've been listening to lately and that I want to share with you. So there's this really cool app called Earbuds, and it's a little Spotify app you can connect. You can connect to your account. You can connect to your friends' accounts. You can just see what kind of stuff they've been listening to, and it just shows you all your stats. It's basically like a Spotify Wrapped of your week, and I think that's really cool for people who listen to a shit ton of music like me. I think this week I hit 3,000 minutes of streaming just in 7 days. So it's really handy to have one of these to help me visualize what I've been listening to and my trends. And I think it's just fun. And I'm excited to show you guys this week's album. Let's do a little drum roll. Okay. My drumsticks. This week's feature is going to be the album by Brand New called Your Favorite Weapon. Yay! So yeah, Brand New, that band from the early 2000s, super pop punk, super awesome, super iconic. Yeah, I literally only knew one song from Brand New before this, from Sick Transit Gloria, Glory Fades, which is their second album, I believe. It is the one with the astronaut, and there's a song, it's their most popular song, called Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows. That song is a banger, but I really, for some reason, got into another song called Jude Law and a Semester Abroad, which is off of their other album, Your Favorite Weapon, which is the one that I have been listening endlessly to. It's just such a peak 2000s album. It's just, the vibes are so cool. So yeah, that's been my number one album. I have been streaming the hell out of that album for some reason. It's so good. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the track list. Yeah, so my friend Dylan, again, this guy has a lot of musical influence over me. He literally has the best recs. He recommended this album because I liked Jude Law and a Semester Abroad so much, and it's just, this song feels like, dude, it just feels like you're in a skate park, chilling with your friends, the sun's setting, you have a Monster Energy. It's just so chill, and it's nostalgic. I wasn't even alive in 2002. What is this? Yeah, no, this is 2001. I wasn't even alive in 2001. This makes me nostalgic. This makes me yearn for the 2000s. It's such a good album. My favorite song from this one is probably Magazines. Oh my gosh, it's such a good song. I'm gonna play it.
Letitia, you destroy me, so I can't see why I feel so lonely when you and me.
Listen.
Forever, perfect together,
I know the vibes on this album are so good. I've been trying to expand, I guess, my pop culture knowledge, and this was a great album that got me hooked. And I swear to God, I think this is my longest listening week I've had this year. So last week my longest listening week was like in July because I went on vacation. All I would do was just listen to music on the plane. Like every time my playlist started over, I just ran it back. So it was literally like that week. I think I listened to like 5,000 minutes of like Radiohead, pop punk, and Evanescence. It was something. Oh, and Panic at the Disco. I listened to Fever Can't Sweat Out like a shit ton. I think this week got up there because I had to commute a lot on the train, and I would just loop Your Favorite Weapon over and over and over and over again. A thing I like to do, I'm rambling, but a thing I like to do is when I get stressed out a lot, I don't turn to social media anymore because I've realized every single time when I get stressed and I turn to social media, it's a complete like train wreck explosion because everybody on social media sucks. So I've been starting to write a lot more. I'm just a very creative person in general. I love anything regarding the arts. I used to draw a lot when I was little because I really like comic art. I appreciate Marvel and DC. I'm a nerd as reinforced in previous episodes. So I'm very inspired by comic book art, but on top of that, I also really like writing. I have been friggin' writing like crazy, and because last week was a really stressful week for me. As you know, I delayed the episode a week because of midterms. Boo, midterms. I think I did good. Yeah, I studied my ass off for days and days and days. And when I would take my breaks between studying, I would not pull up social media. I would pull up my Google Docs, and I looked at my screen time this week. Usually it would be like 90% social media and then like 10% like whatever, blah, 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 blah apps. Because Spotify doesn't count because it's playing in the background. It's not like actively being used. Dude, it's like this is Google Docs and then this is social media, and I'm so proud of myself because it's just breaking out of that social media cycle is so hard. It's genuinely addictive. Like dependencies on social media can get so bad. They've done a lot of studies on especially like Gen Z, Gen Alpha, because I mean, we grew up with the dawn of technology. Like we grew up right when, MySpace was getting popular, Facebook was getting popular, YouTube was getting popular, and it just kind of became ingrained in our lives because kids from the 90s, that didn't exist. So right when we were born, we were fully immersed into social media, and especially Gen Z and Gen A, we've just like against their will have been subjected to all that kind of stuff. So like social media is temporary serotonin, and our attention spans have just gotten so bad. We're addicted to serotonin, and social media is like fast, quick solution to that. It's really great to kind of ground yourself with art and writing and music and all of that shit. It's so good for you, and I've genuinely felt like so much better now that I'm kind of forcing myself to stay off of it. I mean, I still have my moments where I slip, but that's okay because, overcoming, an addiction isn't linear. It goes up and down. And so, especially as like an artist myself, you kind of have to put yourself out there on social media. And it's hard to like, when you post a video and then you kind of lose track of time and then you start scrolling and then you just, but writing has really helped me, especially fiction, kind of immersing myself in like creative worlds. And whole time I just listen to music, right? And then I close myself off like from the rest of the world for just a little bit. But yeah, basically my writing album right now is friggin' brand new, and that's why I have so many hours on Spotify. Wow, I just went on the hugest tangent ever. I love going on tangents, as you guys know. So yeah, anyways, please stream this album, Your Favorite Weapon. It is such a banger album. So yeah, cool. That's what's on Madison's Earbuds this week. Up next, we got the Web Report. Let's see what the Web Report has in store for us today. Hello and welcome to the Web Report. My name is Web Report Madison, and today we are going to talk about all the cool things happening in music this week. So yeah, let's see what we have in store today. All right, so obviously, as we already talked about in the beginning, yes, I am releasing a new song on the 14th, which is in collaboration with Kellin Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens, who is like one of my favorite artists of all time. So as you guys can tell, I'm very excited about this, and it was such an honor to work with him. I just want to thank him so much for being a part of the project, and creating this really cool track. So yeah, basically Bleed for me, it was a lot of fun for me because I got to play around with multiple vocalists, which I usually don't do. As an artist, I'm trying to develop my sound. This song was really fun to work on because it was awesome combination of a bunch of different inspirations. So the sound is friggin' great. I worked with an amazing producer, Jonathan Morales, who has produced all of my stuff, and he's the GOAT. In addition, I worked with another engineer who was awesome to work with. His name is Gentry Studer. All of the music he does is super awesome, and I was honored to have him on this project as the mastering engineer. And then, of course, Edwin Woodside on the guitar. Edwin is just a crazy guitarist, and he made this song come to life. So I want to give a big thank you to everybody who contributed to the project because it is such a banger. It will be out on the 14th, and the pre-save link is out now. And also, I will have an insane music video. And guess what? The person who directed and edited and just did all the work for this music video is gonna be our interview feature after this. I'm so excited to have him. Chris is awesome and his art is beautiful, and yeah. So everything, all the artists who came together and worked on this project, just, oh my gosh, just dream lineup. So good. Please give this song a listen when it comes out. Please pre-save it. I'm so excited about it. And up next, speaking of Kellin Quinn, Kellin released his own project with his band. I know I talked about Sleeping with Sirens was teasing a little bit. They were being a little mysterious, and they released a new single, which I freaking loved. I loved it. It's a great song. It brought me all the way back to let's cheers to this. It's very reminiscent of their older stuff. And then they released another one, which, dude, right when I listened to it, I just put it straight into my liked songs. It's called Forever/Always by Sleeping with Sirens. And they have another album coming out soon. Yeah, so the album is called An Ending in Itself, and it is going to be released on June 12th, 2026. And I am so hyped about this because these two songs, if these songs are as good as they already are, dude, the rest of the album is going to be so heat. Oh my god. It was really cool because it was a mixture of that let's cheers to this sound, that nostalgic sound, those riffs. The guitar work on this song is amazing, with modern metalcore and a lot of really rad production, and it's just great. Kellin's vocals are amazing on this track. Yeah, so I'm really excited for this album to come out, y'all. I'm so excited. Dude, I'm eating down, dude. We're getting Evanescence album and we're getting Sleeping with Sirens album. Madison is so happy right now. Yeah, so go ahead and listen to Forever/Always because that is also out now. And one more thing we have for the web report, we got just a crazy week of awesome releases. One of my favorite bands, Loathe, I don't think I've had a chance to talk about them yet, but they're shoegaze, metalcore. I don't know how to describe their sound. What are they categorized as? Hold on. Let's see what people are saying. Prog metal. Yeah, they're very proggy. That's why I like them. That's why I got into them. Speaking of prog, I've also been listening to a lot of prog, a lot of Japanese prog, but I'm not going to let that distract me from talking about Low. This song is really good. They just released a countdown to their album called A Stranger to You, and they released a song called Revenant and Gifted Every Strength. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm feeling this. This is so good. So I think it's really cool because I'm hearing a lot of hardcore inspiration in their music. So it's proggy, it's hardcore-y, it's shoegazy. My favorite Loathe album is I Let It In and It Took Everything. It's just beautiful. Gorgeous. There's some gorgeous things that happen in this album. The guitar work is amazing, the production's amazing, and I think that's all we have for the web report today because I really did want to save some time for our interview feature. Chris and I'm just so excited to talk to him, dude. He's so knowledgeable, he's so smart, he's so clever. All of his art is beautiful. Yeah, this is gonna be a great conversation. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, let's go into our interview with Chris. Hi guys, today we have Chris, who's my videographer. I'm really excited to be doing an interview with him. He's genuinely one of the coolest artists I've ever met.
Oh, so, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know we've had only music artists so far on the podcast, but I wanted to switch it up and try someone else in the arts and get their perspectives on the music industry and all that. So yeah, just gonna ask a couple simple questions, tell me about your experience and all that.
Sure.
So yeah. So first off, generally, what is it that you do for a living, and
Yeah. So I've been directing music videos for the last 7 years. I've directed over 300 projects. It's been quite an interesting journey, honestly. And I started doing it for a living, I would say maybe 3 years in, which is kind of quick, but it all happened so fast,
Yeah.
and I'm not complaining, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you do anything else in the arts, or is like videography like your main?
So yeah, I started basically just shooting shorts, like writing like short screenplays, and that developed into directing music videos. And I also edit, and I do cinematography. Sometimes I'm not the main director, sometimes I'm just DPing. It just kind of depends on the project, but yeah, that's primarily what I do, like as far like for a living. But I mean, I do other things for fun. I play the guitar. I mean, I've been on tour playing the guitar. I mean, I guess I got paid to do that, so I guess it's part of my profession in a way too. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, guitar, cameras, and occasionally painting on canvas with acrylic
Cool.
paint.
Wait, that's so cool.
Oh, thanks.
Do you still like do cinematic stuff like with like screenplays and films and all that? Or
Yeah.
is it more mainly music geared?
Well, I mean, I love music so much. I've been involved in the music world my whole life, so it's just kind of like more of like a seamless transition because I feel like I understand the disposition of the artist, especially independent artists, and so kind of like being able to conversate with them or even develop concepts for videos and things of that nature, or even like their marketing rollouts. Like I understand like what that is and how like mind numbing and terrifying that can all be as an artist, especially in like the modern music world. Like you have to be your own manager, your own, you have to be great at networking, have a great personality, and you have to make great music, and you have to be a good marketer. It's such a wild experience to be a musician, but I feel like that's why you can connect a little bit more.
Exactly.
Because I've already done all of those things. I've toured, I've gone on a road, I've played probably over 100 shows. So
yeah. I've heard like so many people say that like if you're gonna be a musician in 2026, you have to be an influencer too.
Yeah, there are certain artists that can kind of like circumvent that, like I guess new idea of what it takes to be a successful artist, but it's very, very rare for like the music to, for whatever reason, find a niche. And then for it to, because there's a lot of artists that aren't huge online, but they have a big. Actually, in fact, yesterday I was directing a music video for an artist called Denim.
Okay.
I think he's a reggae artist, and he only has like maybe 50K followers on Instagram. But I went on tour with him, and he'll sell out like 1,000 like people rooms.
Yeah. So is he like a newer artist or like an older?
No, I mean he's been doing it for a while.
Okay.
But not like that long. Maybe like 8-10 years, I would say.
Okay, yeah.
So he's like touring and doing his own thing and actually making a living making music and producing music. So there's a way to do it. I think there's like that saying, like if you have 1,000 real fans and they each spend $100 on your art form per year, that's $100,000 a year.
Exactly.
So it's easier said than done, but also it depends on like your own personal idea of what success is as an artist. And for me, it's just as long as you're able to pay your bills on a monthly basis through your art form, that's you've already made it.
Yeah. So how did you get into like your craft? Like, did anything spark it? Was there like a certain project that inspired you?
To start, well, I watched this short film called Larry's Dead, and it was directed by a music artist. His name's Tim Armstrong. He's a vocalist for Rancid.
Oh, okay.
And
that's like one of my mom's favorite bands.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. They were like a great. He was also in Operation Ivy in like the '80s, which was a very influential ska, like horror ska punk band. And anyway, so I watched this short film, and it was probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And so, but in a good way. Like it was just like badly produced, badly shot. Like the acting was a little funky, and Tim's obviously a prolific writer and a great artist, and I respect him a lot. But his attempt at creating a short film had still like that DIY punk ethos that I really, really like. And so I was like, oh, if he can do that, I can do it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's like at like the lowest level that you can start at, like just start doing it and do it.
Yeah.
rather than just hoping and dreaming of doing it and like fantasizing about doing it and just never actually stepping into that place.
That's the mentality. It's like,
Just do it.
if it's possible, then freaking just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, that's been my. I mean, I'm still a little baby artist, but it's like, you know, I don't look at anything as impossible. It's like if it exists, I can work towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also too, like a lot of it is just really like visualizing yourself in that space. Because
Yeah.
even if like you just said, like if I feel like if you can imagine something, it's already like based in our reality in some sort of way.
Exactly.
And so as long as you visualize it enough, I think that anything is possible. Because then you will your own like subconscious mind or unconscious mind will lead you to that path if you really want it badly enough. And if you can see it, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah.
See, believe. Yeah. Cool. Who are your, like, do you have any filmmakers specifically that are like your idols, like your inspirations, like other than sorry, remind me of the Rancid singer?
Tim Armstrong.
Tim
Yeah.
Armstrong.
Yeah.
That's cool. I took little tangent. I took a history of punk class.
Yeah.
Like last quarter. It was really cool. They
Oh,
offer it here,
cool.
and I was able to take it as a GE.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about like the LA punk scene. I learned a little bit about. I've seen Rancid
Oh,
because
cool.
I saw Green Day.
You probably
Yeah.
learned about like Black Flag and like all those bands.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
anyways,
cool.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, so filmmakers. I love. There's a director called Alejandro Iñárritu. He's a Mexican director who is one of the best. Like he's immensely talented. He did this film called Amores Perros. It's in Spanish and also Beautiful, which is also in Spanish. But if you don't mind reading subtitles, it's really a two great films. And then he was able to cross over into like the mainstream film world when he directed The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. So that was
cool.
a really big moment, I think, for his career. I mean, even prior to that, he did Babel, which is a big American mainstream film. But yeah, he's a big inspiration. Obviously, you know, Wes Anderson is amazing, and
I like Wes Anderson.
yeah, it's like beautiful. Like every shot is important in his films, and you can tell like a lot of thought goes into every frame. So I respect that a lot. And yeah, I think those are the two that stand out the most right now in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great pick. I need to check out the first director, but
Yeah. Oh, Michel
Yeah.
Gondry too.
okay.
Yeah, he did Eternal Sunshine, Spotless
Oh
Mind.
my gosh, I've been
yeah.
been on like my so
You
I'm
have
like
to watch it.
really bad at pop culture. I've been getting better. Past tense, I was
Me
really
too.
bad, but my New Year's resolution was to watch as many movies as possible.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna sit down and watch a movie, I'm gonna watch like 2 movies in a sitting.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, cause a lot of my friends, specifically Ava, who you met,
Yeah.
she is like pop culture whiz, like knows everything, everybody. Like she, like we're literally walking, like we went to like the Ren Fair or something like that,
Oh,
and like
nice.
along the way, she would be like, "Oh, that's blah blah blah. Oh, that's blah blah blah," and I'm like, I have no clue the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
So my goal is to get a little more cultured.
Yeah.
Especially through like filmmaking. It's like an art. Like I'm also I don't do it as much anymore. I love it. I'm also an actress. Like I used to do
Oh,
theater. I when I was very little, I did like commercial acting. Like I got in a Google commercial.
No way.
Yeah, I did. It was really fun. Like I was on set, and that was
so
so much
cool.
fun. But then they didn't end up airing it. I still got paid, obviously, because I was
Yeah.
there on set.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know,
That's a bummer. But that's
I
still like
know.
a really cool experience to have.
Yeah, I keep on telling myself I want to get back into that because I also have another actor friend.
Yeah.
He was at the second day of the shoot.
Paulo. I met him. Actually.
Yes, yeah, he goes to film school.
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
did meet him. Yeah, I remember him.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's really cool. And I do feel like music and visual art is kind of synonymous in a way because it's both expressive in different ways. But you know, it's funny because like there's like films that are very like soundtrack driven, like have really special soundtracks that like are beloved.
It's like you can't separate the soundtrack from
Right.
the movie.
But then there's also like music that's very cinematic.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. Both go hand in hand for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to brush up on like, because there's so many like culturally significant movies like I literally have not seen, including Eternal Sunshine and Spotless Mind. That's with Steve Carell, right?
No,
No,
no, no.
not
It's
Steve
actually
Carell.
Jim Carrey.
Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey's
Okay, I was
and
thinking
Kate
about him.
Winslet, I believe.
Okay,
I want to
yeah.
say.
Why was I thinking about Steve Carell? I have no
Yeah,
clue.
you're thinking of The
That's
Office.
funny.
No,
Yeah.
and the film's cool too because it was kind of like during this like transition period where we were kind of going into like more like a digital cinema, like kind of like VFX on computer CGI. I mean, it
Yeah.
was already still prominent like
It's like
prior
90s,
to that.
right?
It was like I think 2000s, I want to say like early
Okay.
2000s, but yeah, Michel Gondry decided to do a lot of the visual effects in the movie in camera, which
Yeah.
means that it wasn't done in post production, like through
Yeah.
like
But
camera
that's
or
so
editing.
cool.
Sorry, through editing magic.
Yeah.
So it's one of those last movies that you get to see where like they had to. I guess not technically he didn't have to, but he chose to do it that way because that's kind of the way that he knew how to do it.
Yeah.
So he kind of made life a little bit more difficult on set, but it turned out to be amazing. And when
Yeah.
you watch it, let me know. I'll make you a list
Yeah.
of movies that you have to
Yes,
watch.
please. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Severance. I know I told you about that.
Yeah.
And everyone said like if you're a fan of Severance, you should watch Turtle Sunshine and Spotless Mind.
Awesome.
So
That's
do you
rad.
think that's like I mean, I know both of them have to do with like memory and like human psyche and all that. Do
Yeah.
you think they're like intertwined or not really?
I mean, I think all films that have to do with human emotion are intertwined in some way, and I think that I'm really like into films that also have tragic and sad endings.
Yeah.
Just because
It's like if they end all like happy la la la, then what was the point of the movie?
Right.
Yeah.
Especially because like I feel like life itself, like there's like a baseline of happiness and there are like peaks, and valleys to your levels of happiness. And it's very hard to like measure that because everyone's levels of enjoyment are entirely different in our personal experiences. But I feel like at the end of a beautiful life, it ends in some sort of tragic way because you end up passing away. And whatever
Yeah.
your beliefs are in the afterlife is kind of relevant with this, specific, I guess, combo that we're having. But I feel like when films have sad endings, it's very true to life, and it's very grounding, and I like that.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
cool.
Yeah.
It's part of like the art.
Yeah.
So let's see, I have another one for you. What do you think your creative process is like? Do you have a certain like step-by-step routine you have, or does it like what comes first, like the idea or the script or whatever? Like, what's your process?
It depends. Everything is so different. Every like for a music video, it typically starts with listening to the track and then imagining what could be a viable concept or what could match or sometimes not match because that's kind of fun too. But yeah, it typically involves the musical artist sometimes, which is I would say 70% of the time. Sometimes they
They're
want
like,
you
just
to
take my
do
shit and
whatever
do it.
you want.
Yeah.
It just entirely depends. That's why it's so different. But with writing, it's also a different animal because I'm currently writing for I can't say exactly what the project is because it is kind of like a high profile project. I don't know if
Okay.
I've told you about it before, but I'm writing for an animated series. I've written about 5 episodes with a co-writer, and it's got some really amazing people that are voicing these characters, like
Yeah.
some people that we all know, and so we're really excited about that. And there's already been some interest for purchasing, like production companies purchase the project, so we'll
It's
see.
so cool.
We'll see. It might end up on one of those streaming networks that we all watch. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, when you're allowed to talk about it, I want to hear everything about it.
Yeah, tips.
Yeah, I've been trying to like I don't know. I feel like there's been a really cool resurgence of animated films. Like
Yeah, that
not
too.
just like children's animated films, also like adult like animated films.
Yeah.
And I really like the animation styles they're exploring. That's like a whole different realm, like writing and like the visuals of a film. But it's like
which is cool because like it
Yeah.
allows you to have like this childlike freedom because there's so many
Yeah.
things that we have like constraints upon with like music video or even like short film concepts or whatever because like a lot of it unfortunately comes down to resources and money, and so like if you don't have a ton of it to go into that part of post production, then you're kind of fucked. So with an animated series, you can kind of like take your imagination wherever it is that you would like, and it can be created through through animation. So
That's so cool.
really fun.
Yeah. I eventually like in my musical career I do want to do like an animated music video, but it's
Oh, that's
like
so sick.
it's again it's like a lot of maintenance, a lot of like you have to have a crew, you have to have an animator, you have to have like storyboard, all that.
Yeah,
But
it's a
I
lot.
just love all like the love that goes into like a project like that.
Same.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have like a favorite shoot you've done, and like what's been your best experience on set? Like what's been your best day on set or something? Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that one stands out in particular because I mean, I know it sounds like cliche, kind of like almost like when you ask a parent, like, who's your favorite child? Maybe they have one in the back of their mind, but like they're not going to tell you. And it's not even one of those situations. But I really do love every project that I've ever worked on
Yeah.
because they're all unique in their own way. And the only way that I can explain it to you is like who you want to become, like actualized as a creative person or as an artist, in your most successful evolved form. I always see it as like a metaphorical like house or like this like symbolic, and so every project that you work on is like a brick building that your future self, like that house. So every single brick is important. Yeah, every single brick laid. I mean, it's like it's like Jenga. I don't know if you remember that game, but it's like if you remove one, it can all come toppling down. So every project has been super important, I think, because I've walked away with every single one of them with new knowledge, you know. So yeah, they're all important. I don't think that one stands out. I mean, there's some that I've worked on with like really notable artists where I'm like, oh, that was a cool experience because I never thought I'd be in the same room with that person. But at the end of the day, they're humans.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you know, it's like it is what it is.
It's like, hey, this guy's cool, but
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be like, oh my god.
I would never.
That's like my thing with like crazy fans. It's like they're humans too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite experience on set? Like, have you had a fun moment with like another artist or?
I mean, I recently directed a music video for Tommy Lee and John
fun.
5. Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
cool. They're obviously two very successful like legacy artists, and you know, Tommy sold over 100 million records with Motley Crue, and I mean, just to give you like a comparison, like Michael Jackson sold 300 million, so they're kind of like in that club.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing, and the 100 million club,
Yeah.
it's just wild. But yeah, he's really cool. He was really easy to work with. I've actually been going over to his house periodically to work on the edits, so that's been a wild experience too, to even be in the room and be, you know, like part of like a directive lead and stuff, and be able to direct it and then lead the editing process. It's been
That's so
cool to, I guess, be respected in that light with artists that are, you know, huge and have huge careers still to this day. That was pretty cool, I guess. We walked like 15,000 steps that day.
Oh
It was
god.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was a long shoot, but I had a lot of fun.
Here in Hollywood?
We shot that in downtown LA out of all places.
Okay.
And, you know, I got a little bit of pushback from the producer because I was trying to take Tommy out there, and they were like, well, it's kind of, you know, sketchy. And I was like, we have to shoot it in downtown LA just because it visually looks great. There's great textures in the background, beautiful buildings, and like, you know, like we have to shoot it there.
Did you guys run into anything, or is it smooth?
It was smooth. I mean, you kind of forget how like much of a household name and face he is.
Yeah.
Because we were walking down anywhere and there was like multiple people stopping at
Like,
pictures.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like almost like every 5 minutes. It was like like 2-3 people coming up to him. So eventually I had to kind of be the bad guy and like say like, hey, we're filming right now and we can't talk to you right now. Which I had to because it was like no way around it, you know. So
I saw a video on Instagram. It was I guess a little while back in downtown LA. They had to block off a couple streets because Evanescence was filming in the middle of the road.
Sick.
Was that true, or
I
was
don't
that because they released a new single and I think they filmed that in downtown LA? But I saw like there's someone who was living in an apartment.
That's so cool.
Like, and they're like, my street just got blocked off because Evanescence is standing in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and you have to get a street permit for things like that.
Yeah.
You know, as a filmmaker. And that was the interesting part about this project with Tommy is that I didn't do any of those things.
Yeah.
I didn't get a street permit. I didn't get like anything.
Oh.
Like we did this like very and it was interesting about it is that his management was involved. His like account manager was involved. Like the song is released through like a major record label.
Okay.
And so they were involved and they just kind of allowed me to do it the way that I wanted, which is really interesting. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna do this like I'm gonna treat his project as if he was like an indie artist, you know,
Yeah,
and we're gonna
exactly.
do it like as gritty as possible.
Yeah.
And it turned out awesome. I can't wait to show it to you.
Oh, is it out right now?
No, it's gonna be out next month.
Ooh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Do you have any artists that you want to work with? Like, if you had a dream artist to work with, or plural artists, who would they be?
Oh man, I would love to direct a music video for Knocked Loose.
Oh shit, that would be so
Yeah,
good. Oh my
that'd be so
gosh.
sick.
Yeah, I saw them live, and their live performance was like cinematic. It was beautiful. Their
Yeah.
set was gorgeous. It was for Blinding Faith.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was just like there was a whole set, and there were all like costumes, and they had multiple costume changes. And
That's
it was,
rad.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I think that they are an amazing band, and I think it's really cool that they were able to like transcend like an underground hardcore scene into the mainstream and end up on. I think they did Coachella. They were like on Jimmy Kimmel. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, they're.
it's
It's
funny. That video
they've-
of Jimmy Kimmel's funny.
Yeah, they're like a
Yeah.
this phenomenon, you know, that like I'm like still shocked at because they're such a heavy band.
Yeah,
And that, you know, people have, I guess, accepted them into the mainstream somehow. Bizarre. And you
So
see,
cool.
anything's possible.
yeah,
Anything's possible.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what like I think it's cool because we're seeing another spike in because a lot of people were like, oh, like rock and metal are dead.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we're seeing another spike. Like, do
Yeah.
you think so or?
You know, I think that Billy Corgan was speaking about this recently, and I think that his
Yeah.
thoughts were a little like controversial, and people weren't happy about it. Like, I guess he felt like the industry is on purpose pushing down rock music and kind of scooting it to the side and snubbing it in different award shows and things of that nature, even though it's still like the number one selling genre as far as live shows are concerned.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. But I think that, you know, I think my idea is probably similar. I feel like it's much easier for a record label to
To market.
control. Yeah, to market and control an artist, because think about it, if you have a bass player, guitar player, two guitar players, a vocalist, and a drummer, and plus you have a manager, and however big the band gets, sometimes they all get individual managers.
Mhm.
So imagine like having a CC like 10 different people in an email, and then
Yeah.
having them all have to come up on a very difficult decision. It's probably very challenging. But if you have a singular artist that's a solo act, they're much easier to communicate with, assumably, and also to control ultimately as from a record label standpoint. So I think that's probably what it is. But I think that there is going to be a huge demand for rock music coming up. But so the labels are going to have to get used to dealing with 5 different people to talk to, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did it in the past. They can do it now.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah. I thought it was just really cool seeing like at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Like I talked about that on another episode. I had a whole actually talk about like metal artists in the Grammys. Like Spirit Box nominated like 3 times.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
they
Knocked Loose is also
were.
nominated.
Yeah.
Who else was there? There were like a couple other metal artists, like major metal artists.
Yeah.
Poppy? No, not Poppy. Someone
Well,
else.
she did a track with Knocked Loose. I think that may have been the one that was
Yes.
nominated.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was the one that was nominated.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on. There's another artist that was a metal artist that like got nominated for a major category, but it's just so cool to see it like
Yeah.
happening before my very eyes. You know,
Hey, it's
like
awesome.
it gives me hope.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have like one question for you left, but
Yeah.
it's a fun question.
Okay.
So, say you're going on tour,
Yeah.
and you go into the tour bus or like the van or whatever, and they don't have like Bluetooth, and so you have to bring like your CDs.
Okay.
Like you can only bring 3 CDs. Like,
Okay.
what would you bring?
I would probably bring Shock Troops by Cox Bar, which is a punk band. I don't know if you learned about them
Yeah.
in your
What era are they?
they were 80s.
Okay.
80s era. They're I guess considered like an oi band, which is like a sub genre of punk.
Yeah, I learned about that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like more like a working class kind of sing along. They're from England. I actually saw them recently. They're really, really great. Like a really great legacy punk act. But yeah, beside them, I mean that album, by the way, is like it's great from beginning to end. It's it sounds like a greatest hits album or something. It's just really
Yeah.
cool.
And there's no skips.
There's no skips. Yeah. And then I would say probably Heartbeats Pacific by Banner Pilot, which is they're kind of like an alternative rock band, I guess you'd say. And it's just great songwriting, great lyrics, great music composition. it kind of takes you on like a journey. Like that's another album that you kind of have to listen to first track to end.
Yeah.
And
That's what I like about
then
like physical media is
yeah,
like it kind of forces you to. I mean, albums were created with the intention of you listening to it track by track,
yeah,
and I just like seeing that.
me
You know,
too.
with modern artists because shuffle culture is so annoying. It's like if you're, I'm
Yeah,
gonna put on an album, don't shuffle it. I'm gonna listen
yeah.
to it how they intended me to listen to
No,
it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree 100% because even like the track order, like the
Yeah.
artist thinks about that a lot
Yeah.
because you're trying to create a certain
Telling a
like
story,
a
narrative. Yeah.
vibe, like a certain atmosphere, or sometimes yeah, sometimes there's concept albums
Yeah.
where it's like a story that they want to share with you, and perhaps it's a way for them to like expand upon their creative process, and so yeah, it's important to listen to an album.
Yeah.
But also it's hard because a lot of artists are releasing like singles every month because you kind
Yeah.
of have to. You
Exactly.
kind of have
Yeah.
to,
I mean, there's like the single format to maximize
Yeah.
like your exposure and all that.
Right.
But like artistically, if I could make an artistic choice, I would release like a track by track album. Like one of my favorite
Yeah.
albums is Spirit Box self-titled, like their first EP.
Yeah.
And there's like part 1, 2, 3, and like it kind of tells a story and kind of descend into madness track by track. It's like
Okay.
it's very proggy at the beginning.
Yeah.
Funk. They have like a really cool sound in this album, very different from their modern stuff.
Yeah, they're great.
And then slowly I feel like there's like a deathcore inspiration like at the end. It's a great EP.
Yeah, they're great. I worked on a project with Courtney LaPlante,
Fun. Yeah.
which is like the vocalist for Spirit Box, and she was
One of my
really
dream collabs. I'm gonna be honest.
she was
Yeah.
really really cool, and yeah, I was pretty excited to work on that. Yeah, that was in the podcast world actually.
Oh,
Funny enough,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, and then the last one, because he said 3, I would say probably this album called Foiled, and it came out like in the mid
Okay.
2000s by a band called Blue October, and it's like a very manic and kind of depressive album. And as you know, I like sad stuff,
Yeah.
So I love that it's very cinematic, it's very sad, it tells you a story, and it makes you feel something, and I think that art shouldn't have to make you feel anything. I mean, art can be vapid too, but I feel personally, whenever my emotions can change, even you could be happy, for example, and watch a very sad film, and you can feel like
Yeah.
this emotion that's changing inside of you. Yeah, because it's so impactful
Yeah.
and powerful. And so that's why I like that album a lot too, because it's very raw, emotional, real, and very, very vulnerable. And I think that that's very important when you're making art is just allowing yourself to be open to the experience
Yeah.
of others experiencing you.
Yeah.
You know?
Super cool. Wait, I think that's all I have for you. Do you have
Awesome.
any questions for me or?
Yeah, we got to do a black and white music video now.
We do. Yes.
Like kind of like a Spirit Box, like nod.
Oh yeah.
You
I
know?
love the Tsunami Sea campaign. That's one of my favorite marketing campaigns. It's so cool.
Yeah.
If you check that out, like
you have a pretty cool project coming out pretty soon here with a really cool collab. Like, I mean, we can't say what it is yet, but
I'm excited.
or maybe because I don't know when this is released.
Yeah. Next week. Well, not in the release. Well, the announcement's next week.
Okay.
So yeah, the announcement is next week.
That's so cool.
But that's my favorite project of the date.
Yeah.
And wait, this episode is gonna drop. Wait, yeah, this episode is gonna drop after we've already announced it.
Okay, cool. So then we can say.
Yeah.
We can say it.
But I mean,
Tell them about
it's just yeah, pre-save right now because the pre-save link will be available now. It's just a dream working with like one of the artists who kind of inspired me as a vocalist, as a writer. And we put together this music video is so rad. I haven't seen it at this point, but I'm so excited to see it. But yeah, I'm just so stoked for this. I feel like this is gonna be a good moment in like as an artist for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those big bricks on your your symbolic
Hoping it's gonna
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's all I have for you today.
Okay,
Thank you so
awesome.
much for stopping by.
Yeah, totally.
And I had so much fun.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, and then hopefully do like another episode in the future maybe.
Yeah, I'm super down. Let me know. That would be really cool.
Oh yeah, all right, thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you so much to Chris for joining me on the show. And up next, to close us off, we have our 3 features of the week. We are going to start with a headbanger. This first song is called Out of Luck by the band called Roulette. Let's read a little bit about Roulette. So Roulette is a female-fronted metal band from Manchester. Really cool to have a band from the UK. I don't think I've had a band from the UK. I've had a lot of bands from Australia. I think a couple from Canada. But this is the first from UK. Awesome. The band members, we have Ruby Judge on the vocals, Harry Baslington on the drums, Spencer Fox on the bass, and Sam Torrance on guitar. They have been promoting the single, which is called Out of Luck, on social media, mentioning it in connection with BBC introducing and their presence in the final of Kerrang! Radio's The Deal. Awesome. So let's get into Roulette. And I really want to say, I really love this band's branding. It's so freaking cute. So like, obviously their band name is like Roulette. All of their like album covers and their branding is like gambling themed, I think. So this album cover is really cute. It's like a bunch of dice. There's another one with like cards. Yeah. And then, I mean, it's called Out of Luck. Like, that's like but yeah, their branding is so cute and their album covers are really cute. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into Out of Luck. Okay, friggin' fire ass song. I love the guitar tone, like super crispy and awesome right off the bat. I'm loving the melodies. The vocalist is really talented, and so is the songwriting. The melodies just flow straight through the song. I really like the chord progression in the verses, especially the first verse. I like that shift to that major chord. It's so unexpected. It's beautiful. And then right from that verse, we go into the powerhouse chorus. Oh, like a wall of sound. Yeah, this vocalist is awesome, like insanely talented. I really like the vibes because it feels so modern but like so nostalgic at the same time. Like I feel like this band did a really good job at curating like a really unique sound and like tailoring it to a point. Okay, my favorite part was like the outro guitar solo. Oh my god, it was so angelic. Holy crap. And I love the like haunting vocals in the end. That was really good. Dude, when I was listening to the song, I was like, I need more. It's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I need more. So yeah. Out of Luck by Roulette. Fantastic song. Amazing feature. Love you guys. And up next we have another song called Bloodless Stone by Future Ghost. Let's read a little bit about Future Ghost. Awesome. All right. In unyielding and unrivaled sonic fury. Hitting the scene in 2023, Austin, Texas metalcore powerhouse Future Ghost are an unstoppable sonic tsunami of heavy and melodic energy. From sharing the stage with notable acts such as Monuments, For the Fallen Dreams, Within the Ruins, Impending Doom, Angel Maker, and Humanity's Last Breath, to leading their scene as the headliner of many local festivals and charity events, Future Ghost brings unrivaled energy and drive to any stage they unleash their sonic fury upon. In Austin, Texas, where the metal scene leans heavily towards deathcore, Future Ghost stands out with their distinct brand of genty metalcore. Their unique sound has earned them a solid reputation within the local scene as they appear poised for broader recognition. Fans of After the Burial, Currents, or Periphery should definitely give Future Ghost a listen, as their music offers a unique take on the genre. Awesome. Let's get into this song by Future Ghost called Bloodless Stone.
My thoughts so clearly now. You always told me I was so lost, never keeping the count. And I could never be found. Can't remember the last time I knew myself this time. I won't let this go in circles. All the stories that you never told. I never listened to you. Trying not to suffocate.
Holy shit, that was so good. We are in a proggy mood today. Oh my gosh, that guitar riff in the beat, like right off the bat, just so invigorating. Oh, I hear what they're saying with After the Burial and all those other bands. Yeah, these guys powerhouse all the way through. So good. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Currents as well. Like literally my gym playlist is 90% Currents. Yeah, I got really into them last summer. I don't know why they're giving me lots of Era vibes. Like I know they didn't mention Era as one of their inspirations, but I'm getting like crazy Era vibes, like especially Drift. Like it's one of their older albums, but the guitar innovation on that album is really cool. The production is really amazing. Like that this is a very Era-ish guitar riff. Yeah, I just love the pads and the production and all the ambience. Like they know their sound, they're tailoring it. The vocalist, holy shit, talented dude, amazing, crazy talented vocalist. Okay, and yeah, I love that breakdown, like that kind of, not really like a breakdown, but like a simmer off, like where it kind of like dissolves right before the last chorus. That guitar part is so angelic. I love when these songs are given space to breathe, and that was just the perfect part. That was the perfect like position for that. The outro is so haunting. I just love it. The repetition of the chorus is perfect. These guys are metalcore powerhouses. I can't wait to see them like get bigger. Yeah, they need to go on tour with Era. And I'm gonna see them at the House of Blues. Okay, that's our little inside joke now. Every time I like a band, I'm gonna see them at the House of Blues. Awesome. And we have one more song for you today, and we are closing it off with a heavy friggin' banger. This song is called Worth It by the band called Jiro. Let's read a little bit about Jiro. In the vast landscape of modern metal, Jiro navigates boldly, forging a sound entirely its own. Standing between the crushing riffs of Lamb of God and the melodic depth of While She Sleeps, the band delivers an organic and textured form of metal. Raw, dynamic, and deeply human. Born from the chaos of the Paris suburbs, Jiro channels an unsettling world into what they call a soothing brutality, a reflection of the tension between escape and conformity. Since forming in 2023, the band has built an honest, empirical identity, stripped of artifice and shaped by authenticity and grit. Awesome. We're getting a lot of cool international bands. So we have I think this is also my first band from France. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get into this song by Jiro called Worth It.
Search of a dead end. Mind the man's a search of a dead end. Mind the man's a search of a dead end. Up in mind and knife. Goddamn, trying to shit it fucking mind.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Fantastic song. Holy crap. Oh, this is Stinkface certified. This is Madison Stinkface certified. Oh god. This song is oh my gosh. Like I'm still like jamming out in my head to it. It's a great rage song. It's a amazing gym song. Like this is going right on my gym playlist. Oh, I'm gonna be crushing those reps. I'm gonna be crushing those reps. I'm gonna be getting the gains. Okay. I really like the gang vocals. Those are really cool. The riffs and the technicality are fantastic. I read a little bit about their Lamb of God inspiration. I can 100% hear the Lamb of God in here. Yeah, the guitar riffs are super innovative, super original. This band has like an awesome originality to it. Just again, I really like how this song is so generically ambiguous. Like there's inspiration. I'm getting inspiration from everywhere, and it's just creating like, you know, their awesome own little genre. Breakdown was brutal. Oh, wow. Holy shit. That was really good. Dude. And then like from that brutal breakdown, just brutal all the way through. And then we have that ending, the cleans, the vocalist, the cleans are amazing. I loved them. Yeah. All I got to say for the song, brutal, friggin' amazing. Masterpiece. Really good. Yeah, I'm going to be listening to more of Jiro. Well, I think that is our last feature for the day. So that will close out our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I have a song coming out on the 14th with Kellin Quinn, and you better pre-save it right now, or else I'm going to personally come to your house and I'm going to beat you up. I'm kidding. I'm not. For legal reasons, I'm not. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm going to give you a hug, and then I'll give you a sticker. Okay. Yeah. So follow my Instagram, Presave, and I'm so excited for the song to come out. And again, thank you to Chris for being on the show. Such an awesome dude who has such awesome knowledge. And yeah, if you want to see his work on my music video, it's such a good music video. I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the Spiderweb this week. I am Madison, and I am signing off. Goodbye, you guys.